Welcome everybody to today's episode of Government Update with Nate. I am Nate and I'll try to give you all the facts that I can find on politicians and government, and I'll try to give you those facts as straight as humanly as possible. Welcome to the Government Update with Nate basement. As you can see by the weird background, today's episode is a very special one. It's the first in a series where I delve into the presidential candidates. Today we are talking about former Governor Mike Pence. He is also a former congressman, and that is where I will be focusing on for today's episode. Kind of vlog, kind of episode, whatever you want to call it. Mike Pence, you're up today. So during his stretch as a congressman, he introduced 63 bills to the floor, but none of them got passed and enacted into law. And that's kind of surprising, but not really, because seldom do bills ever get passed into law, and 6 of his 12 years as a congressman, it was under the Obama administration. So it's very polarized. It was a very polarized group. And as a Republican, not a whole lot of stuff was going to get passed anyway. So of his 63 bills, none of them got introduced. That includes a bill on child pornography laws and preventing them. So that being said, in 2002, he voted in favor of the Iraq War. That's not really a big surprise there. Only 6 Republicans voted against the Iraq War, and it ultimately was passed under George W. Bush. Alrighty, he also voted in favor, this is an interesting one, he voted in favor of free trade, which is something that Donald Trump, in a lot of his stump speeches, has been very adamantly against. He cites shipping a lot of factory jobs out to Mexico and all that stuff. So Mike Pence actually voted in favor in 2005 of the Central American Free Trade Agreement. So that's a pretty big difference in their sort of ideologically, how they think. Interesting one. Do you think so? Let's move on. He voted against Obamacare. Big surprise there. Most Republicans voted against it, and he actually led a charge to repeal it. Not really anything new. In 2006, he voted for the constitutional amendment that would ban same-sex marriage. So, if the LGBT community is important to you, that might be something you want to think about when you go into the election booth. He voted for a constitutional amendment that would ban same-sex marriage. That was in 2006. And that is pretty much all I have for you today. That is all the interesting information that I found on Mike Pence's voting record while he was a congressman. And that wraps up today's episode on the Republican vice president candidate. That was Mike Pence, and be sure to tune into next week's or tomorrow's or whenever the next episode is posted on the next presidential vice president candidate, and that will be on Bill Weld, the Libertarian candidate out of Massachusetts. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Boom!